What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. And today I want to go over Superwoman special that came out this week. And it came out last week, actually, not this week. But I just got to reading it not too long ago. And yeah, man, this is Superwoman. Lois Lane is Superwoman. Lois Lane, Woman of Steel. Let me review this comic book. I got a lot to say, to be honest. This comic book left me with scratching my head, basically. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of things I just wonder. And the big question is, the main and biggest question is, why? Why make Lois Lane a superhero and a derivative of Superman, nonetheless? The creative team of this one is, as you can see over here, writer Joshua Williamson, artist Edwin Galmon, Lara Braga, and Nikolai Cisnesha, something like that. Colorist Rex Locus, letterer Dave Sharp, cover artist Edwin Galmon, and credits for the variant covers. For the most part, the art team does a good job here. There's some really nice images, but again, I wouldn't have bought this, but I had questions in the current continuity. Lois Lane is running around as Superwoman, and this promised to be the origin of how she got the Superman powers. And yeah, it's not at the end of the book. I'm just left with more questions. The book reads very nonsensical. There's a lot of it kind of insults the audience's intelligence, to be honest. And it's one of those things, man, that to me, this brings down Lois Lane's legacy. I understand there's a movement now going on, and I call it a movement for lack of a better term. Hollywood movies, stream shows, miniseries, comic books. It's going on, where women are being pushed. Somehow humanity in American culture right now, they're insecure. I don't know from where it's coming, but it's a thing where in social media and in entertainment, they're going after men. And how do they do that in entertainment, for example? Well, for example, the supporting characters, long-standing classic supporting characters from decades, like Lois Lane, Mary Jane Watson, and other female supporting characters that have been mainstays for the most part for years. They task these writers to have these female characters usurp the main superhero's identity, to the point of having Lois Lane become a superhero, to the point of having Mary Jane Watson, Spider-Man's love interest for many years, become a superhero. She separated from him. She got involved with another man. She has kids with another man. And DC has been a little bit more moderate, but they starting to push the agenda a lot more. And with Lois Lane is and you gotta go back because Lois Lane has a huge history. Lois Lane has been a very successful female character. She's even had very good miniseries where she is the main character, the star of the book. But they didn't need to give her superpowers. Lois Lane has always been good enough as a successful reporter, investigative reporter, and she gets into jams, adventures. She's kind of a detective, very efficient, very brave, very kind and heroic in her own way. But now they push that dial to 11, so to speak. Now that wasn't enough. Now Lois Lane has to be a superhero. She has to be the shift editor of the Daily Planet. She's even in Justice League meetings, and it's ridiculous. And like, who likes that? Are there women out there that like that? Isn't that kind of insulting? Aren't you saying that Lois Lane wasn't good enough before? This isn't that the message you're sending? And you're gonna mask it. You're gonna say no. It's entertainment. We do it. It's fun. Lois Lane has been Superwoman before. Yes, there have been some adventures. All-Star Superman gives Lois Lane a birthday gift. For her birthday, for 24 hours, he gives her a serum that makes her have his powers for 24 hours. And he designs this, he puts together this special suit for her, and he goes around and they go to the moon and they have a great birthday, and it's unforgettable. But the story makes it work. It's not forced. There's a reason for it. It's very organic why Superman did that. He didn't do that to make her a superhero full time, because he doesn't, Superman wouldn't be okay with Lois Lane being a superhero, risking herself out there. She's the mother of his son, and that's his wife, and he loves her. He wouldn't want Mongol to go after Lois Lane. He wouldn't want Darkseid to go after Lois Lane, or Lex Luthor to go after Lois Lane, or the Parasite, or any other villain capable of killing her. I mean, these are supervillains that would jump at the chance of killing Superman's loved ones, one of Superman's loved ones, and this could happen here. So, but in this book, it's all okay. Everything's okay. It's like it's all in the name of feminism. It's all in the name of making Lois Lane what she really isn't. And there's another thing. There was already, and it's actually cool that Williamson addresses it here. Lana Lang is also in this current continuity secretly Superwoman. She has superpowers, and I remember buying that book, and it was fun. But eventually other writers come in and they forget about it because it's silly. It's Lana Lang, Lois Lane, these are female characters. They are not superheroes. They're supporting characters at their core, and they're not supposed to usurp Superman's spot or his powers or his identity. There's already a Supergirl. There's a Power Girl. There's a whole fucking family of super beings. And if you ask me, that's too much already. But over here, now it's Lois Lane, and the explanation given how she got the superpowers, it's really, really, really annoying. At the end, it is alluded that her powers, she got them from General Zod, and General Zod is across the galaxies right now. He's in deep space. How the fuck does that happen? I mean, not even Dr. Fate is capable of transferring superpowers. And why did this happen? How did it happen? Something about a suit, and the suit was, got lost into deep space, and it's being kept a secret by Mercy, from LexCorp. And where the fuck is Lex Luthor? Lex Luthor has been turned into some soy boy. And what? He's forgotten about his company. It's not his company anymore. The CEO is now Mercy. Mercy used to be a fucking a bodyguard. A smart, sexy bodyguard, good with the hands, hand to hand, but now she's this fucking heroic, kind CEO, and she was also, by this same writer, given superpowers, some kind of android superpowers, if I remember correctly. It's all very silly, and Superman going along with it, training her, and making it okay. It's just silly shit. So I just wanted to comment that I'm not fond of this, and I thought that this book, promising a secret origin, would make sense of it all, and instead left more questions. And another annoying thing about this book is that Lois Lane is arrogant as fuck in this book. She's arrogant. The men she comes across, the male character she comes across, she ignores them. Look at this. You okay, Chief? Good night, Jimmy. She just fucking dismisses him. Good night, Jimmy. She doesn't even look at him. That's Jimmy Olsen, is her friend, her longtime friend of Clark Kent. And she's like, good night, Jimmy, because she's the boss now. She has to act like Perry White. It's a different relationship. You don't do that with a friend that is concerned and is asking you, are you okay? It's just stupid. Then there's another scene. Let me show you. There's another scene where she, let me show you. It's quick. Here's another one. She's kind of distressed. She goes to the roof, and Jimmy Olsen's there, mushing it with another villain that was made into a good guy, and Jimmy Olsen's love interest, and she's like, look at it. You said no one would be here. Boof, oof. And it's like Jimmy Olsen's always being pushed around and kicked and hit and abused by the women around him. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, what's the message you're sending to your male readers out there? That it's okay to be a fucking pussy, a soy boy, being pushed around. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Let me see the scene I was looking for. Lois Lane, how she found out she had the powers, and her first thought was to go to Mercy, and it's all woman palooza. It's all about women, and all these women are in charge. They're smart, and the men are gone in the DC universe, or they're stupid, or they're idiots, and they let all these women just take over. And that's the message these writers are sending, And it's just heavy-handed, and it's stupid, and it's just, it just makes no fucking sense. The art's pretty good. The art in the book is very good, actually. At least the first arc. And the other artists kind of go goofy. Their style is a little bit more cartoonish. It's beyond me why Clark Kent, Superman, would go along with Lois Lane becoming a superhero. And it makes no sense. Of course, any writer is going to write something and make sense of it in his own warped way. That's the way comic books work, in a sense. You have to suspend your disbelief. But it's just why? Why with Lois Lane? Why do that? Why don't you write just a fucking proper Power Girl ongoing series? Or get another Supergirl ongoing series going, and put good writers and a good artist, and make this established superhero women shine. I don't want Lois Lane being a superhero. Lois Lane is a reporter. She's Superman's wife. Let's leave it at that. You don't need to have her be in Justice League meetings and shit like that. It's just ridiculous stuff. There you go. And then her son sees her with superpowers, and he's like, "Oh, Mom! Oh my God! How long has this been going on?" It's stupid. It's like these characters don't act properly. It's just idiotic, the characterization. There we go. Where's the scene I was looking for? There's a little scene where Lombard from the Daily Planet comes in, and she completely ignores the fuck out of him. She's like, she doesn't even look at him. I don't remember where the scene is, what page, but it is there. Let me see. I think it's earlier there it is. So she finds out she has the powers, and Lombard comes in, and he's like, "What the heck you doing in here, Lane? Chief?" And she just dismisses. She doesn't answer him. He's like an insect to her. And why does Josh Williamson wrote that little scene? And to me, it's just part of the agenda to make men look stupid and insignificant. There's no reason. Why do you need to make all women arrogant and rude as fuck and dismissive and just idiotic? Is stupid stuff. Sorry for my rant, but this book annoyed the fuck out of me. It really did. And the last page, just to find out that across the deep space, Zod's powers, he just lost them. Would Zod just be passive and contemplating the universe if he lost his powers? Josh Williamson, it's stupid the way you're writing this. It doesn't make sense. These characters do not act that way. General Zod wouldn't be just at peace with losing his powers. And that's what you're saying. He lost his powers, and somehow right now he just found out it was Lois Lane. Lois Lane has his powers. And it's just, I don't know. It's really a crazy fucking comic book. I will give it from 1 to 10 on the writing department. I mean, from 1 to 10, this book is a 7. And that's because the art saves it. The writing is not really bad. It's just the plot. What's going on doesn't make fucking sense. Is that in order for it to make sense, every character acts out of character. That's the way I see it. And that to me is lazy, bad writing. And it's surprising because Joshua Williamson, he's doing great work in other books he's writing, like in the Energon universe. I think he's writing G.I. Joe. He wrote that miniseries with Duke. And for the most part over there, he understands the agenda. But in DC, he's just been doing, although his plots are good, there's some great concepts, some great stories there. The whole pushing women to the forefront bullshit always takes over his stories. And I just can't unsee it at this point. Every story he makes, I cannot unsee how he's pushing that fucking agenda. Anyways, thanks for listening, for watching. Give me likes, dislikes, subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you.